Hello guys and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Empire with me, Qualification. We're now on round 13. We have not suffered any losses nor made any kills. We kind of expected that since the only person we're on a front with is in a defensive entrenched position. We have 2 decisions and 59 reports. Okay, so we now are at the full-blown time of relative calm. And we are gaining 1,600 political bonus points, so... again, the bonus points aren't the same thing as the actual political power that we're going to get. It's just factored into it. And we have completed our promise to our 2 promises, actually, for the same objective, to increase our BP assets to 3 levels. So that means our high command is finished. That is higher or equal to the 3 points we promised our subjects. So we can see this event twice. That's to the trader front, to our political party. And we have completed our research into the automatic rifle, which is good. And we now have research padded envirosuit. Basically, so if we were on a world that had no breathable atmosphere and or if it had high radiation or something like that, this is what we'd give our troops because it's an upgrade over their sort of default envirosuits. But for this planet, it's just slightly better armor for them. And we got another archaeology effort. And we're still waiting on to create an IP. So we see there's a new animal over here. The dogs, the Archocystota. The worm dog. It's much weaker than the other ones, but it's still pretty tough. So, where's our actual infantry command? There it is. The militia is heading down south, so we can just move him. Well, actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the history, see if we can see any moves that were made. Alright, so they are evacuating from this settlement. There's the dogs. And then these guys moved here, probably. And then up. And that's the end of the turns. And if we look up here, no real changes on this front. We can see that Queenstate is holding out against this major, which is not listed right, but this is Dunkel Realm. Queenstate's being invaded, obviously, and they're on the edge of the capital. Looks like Queenstate will probably be able to hold out. I mean, they have a lot of troops still. They are kind of out of position over here, but that's fine. Let's go and take a look at our decisions. Militia learns from our experience. We have an opportunity to place some very experienced mercenaries currently employed by a warband camping at our borders into our militia units. The militia is open to the idea of integrating the strangers into their ranks and learning from them. The mercenaries are looking for a new home and do not ask for anything in return. Will you allow them to be integrated? So, I think this is going to just spawn units. If we say yes, we're going to get like a frag. We're probably going to get a bonus to our militia profile. But I think that it will spawn units as well. Also, we have a huge cash deficit. We need to do some trading or something. We could spawn the 1,000 credit. No, we already did that actually. Anyway, let's say yes. So we gained, just 5 XP in our militia units. And what do we want to research? High velocity guns would give us artillery. This would give us better infantry stuff. I'm interested in artillery. Alright, so money is a big problem. Let's take a look at our treasury. Urgent issues, 38 negative. And didn't get all of our logistical, all of our units sent out that turn. Let's look at the treasury cash flow. So our income tax revenue is like half, for some reason, of what it was last turn, I think. We are paying... Let's see, where's our military at? Soldiers. It's only 6 credits. It's really not what's causing the problem here. The worker's salary seems to be one of the biggest issues. Just seeing if there's anything we could... So all of our salaries put together is 27 credits. Our directors are the biggest share of that. Yeah, 40 credits of revenue. See, last turn we were making 44 credits in our income tax alone, so maybe the happiness is the problem? Let's take a look at gap mount. No, it's above par. So the free folk are moving into the city. Quite a lot of them are doing that, actually. So the private economy went down. Is there a resource we're missing? It might be because now we nationalize those businesses, so we're not getting our tax from them anymore, and we're also paying these workers now. That's probably what it is. But that does mean we're now gaining a lot more industrial points. Is there a private? Okay, so they're building a park. I don't know if the park is going to give us any service tax. Alright, well, for now, we're going to have to just do some trading to deal with this deficit. So let's go ahead and trade. We're going to sell. What do we have excess of? Not much, really. What's selling well? We could sell some machines, honestly. Let's go ahead and sell. We have so many machines. We'll sell 2 of them for 99 credits. Actually, we can just sell 4, get 200, and be up to a pretty comfortable credit amount. We are getting rare earths now. I think this is from the scavenging that we have in our cap. Yeah, so the rare earth metals. These are valuable, and they're used for, well, the production of machines, for one, but also they're used for higher tech units and things. So these guys moved out. I would like to still encircle them, frankly. Can we get up around? No. Combat walker can get there. This militia can't get up. Is there a... we can move this walker down. And we can start moving these militia in. I think the militia are the ones that are failing to reinforce because of issues unrelated to anything I'm doing, really. It's just because they are not... If we look at gap mounts, militancy level, it's at 91, so they're above their current size. And their manpower is kind of low. And there's really nothing we can do about that. That's just a factor of the reality that we're sort of increasing our quality of life score in our capital. Okay, well, let's move up. We do want to still surround this guy. Have this militia go there. That militia can go there. And you'll notice we aren't, if we select a unit that has movement, where is one? Here we go. Yeah, so if we wanted to go into the territory of the Junivale, since we have a peace treaty with them, or I think we have normalized relations is what it actually is, then we would be declaring war. But for these guys, we're just in like kind of that state of Cold War still. I'm going to move the recon buggy down. There we are. There's their cap. I just wanted to confirm. And we don't even see any units in their cap, so we might just try to run that down next turn. If we do that, I think it kills off these guys, or they become indies. It's actually easier to fight them when they're not indies, because then they're subject to supply lines. Indies just have like a sort of baseline supply they always get. Obviously, they have no home base to give them supplies, so... we know there's a unit moving around down here, so we'll move him to kind of secure that front line. Now, do we have our whole infantry brigade lined up? Okay, we have 2 units stacked onto that square. Let's move around to this side and just start the surround on this guy. Okay, so that'll lock him off from all of these potential points of access. Can we actually do anything with this attack? No. This unit here is more powerful than our infantry, obviously. Without our walkers, it's going to be tough to beat them. But if they're attacking us, their soft attack is pretty low still. It's only 16. It's on the defense that they're going to be very difficult for us to beat. So if we let them attack us, then it'll be much easier to deal with. Just see if we need to deal with anything in terms of our supply. No, I think we're good. These guys can move up and claim that position next turn. Alright, so let's take a look at the cap and our assets. Next turn, we are going to start getting the high command. I'd like to grow the private economy. The problem is, I don't think our private populace has enough money to do this kind of stuff yet. We do want to get a recycling facility. This is just a raw resource increase that's very powerful. Do we have the resources to do this? 800 workers, we have that. 50 metal per turn, which we will have because we're not actually spending metal right now. That's a residual from the high command that we just finished building. 125 industrial, so we can do that, and 1 machine. And the cost is the workers go from, what does it currently consume? From 2.1, or rather from 2,000 workers to 2,800. So it's like a 50% increase, but we still have plenty of workers. It does mean we're going to have to pay more in wages to the workers, but I mean, we are going to be almost the amount of stuff we're going to get from production would be 60, it would be doubled. So 50% increase in cost for double the production. That seems good, especially since we can then, you can make, if we go to our workshop, we can make machines out of metal, rare metals, and industrial points. We just don't have the rare metals yet, but if we do this, we'll get 30 a turn. So that's a way for us to build machines and be able to get our own public industry built. I think we will upgrade this. Also gives us something to construct right now. Yeah, the industry itself, we just don't have the metal income to do. We are interested in bureaucrat offices too, but we can't get it yet because we don't have the civilization level. The main thing for this next high command that's going to be a problem is the workers, and same with the bureaucrat offices. You can see that's going to require 7,000 workers just by itself, and our population gap amount is only, that's going to be 10% or more. I think it's going to be more than 10% actually, because this factors in part of the workers that are going to the bureaucratic offices right now. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade that recycling facility. And is there anything else we need to do? Let's take a look at our reports, look at the urgent issues, solve the negative cash flow. Relations with Dunkelraum is low. That's kind of to be expected. They are our neighboring major. We could see what their profiles are. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. So Dunkelraum is a... we don't know. We know that they're militarists. They're governed by a lord, so it's probably safe to assume that they have a autocratic government. Is there any strat cards we want to play? Plea of friendship. No. Income tax. We don't need political points right now. Could play the prospecting push. We do have enough. I think we'll play one of these. Maybe we'll get lucky, get a mine. We are pretty much guaranteed to succeed, so. Found oil, which is... we don't really care about oil. Don't need that. And we can't send any spies out this turn. Okay, well, we are just going to end it then, because we have nothing else we need to do right now. We're not going to attack here. Maybe once we get artillery and we can soften them up more, that would be a more viable attack. For now, just not. Actually, let me check the troop replenishment. Do we need to send troops somewhere? No. And I have turned off show AI moves just so that it goes a little bit faster, and also it doesn't just like spoil what's happening in the history of the turn, so we can look over that. I think we're in an alright position. We're kind of precarious. The main issue for us, I would say, is money. And, well, I don't really want to increase income taxes. I'm pretty sure the higher your income tax is, the less wealth private citizens have to invest in the private economy. And the private economy is really kind of how you snowball, I feel, in this game. So we lost 100 infantry. That might be from the dogs attacking. Let's take a look. Graystate has violated our borders and declared war on us. It's kind of the other way around, really. But that's to be expected. That's the people to our south we're invading. So the time of relative calm is going to start diminishing in 9 turns. We're going to be gaining increasing political bonus points. Advancing troops found a stockpile near Bielefeld and Gatmount. And we got 8 more machinery. Got field training. Yeah, that's not great. And we do have logistical issues. Curious if we look at our... might be this guy, because he has to move through mountains to be able to get supply. Is that who it is? He received 8 and requested 10, so if we look at the actual map mode for supply, where is it at here? Used. So he only got 8. It might also be partly because we have a lot of the supply headed down here. Let's take a look at the history. So we go forward 1 step. That's the Graystates moving, which this is a... I think we can get them fully encircled this turn now. Oh no, he moved over there. The dogs attacked here. Forced the retreat. I think that was our command battalion. And they moved there. There's that non-aligned. Okay, so they're moving in like so. Interesting. So these guys are cut off. We want to deal with that. What do we have in terms of units? We can move him here. He can hold that position. Move him here. Okay, do we have anyone who can rotate? Not really. Okay, so we can do this. We can move him here, him here, him here. And this is not a great unit to hold this with, but not a whole lot we can do. Let's go ahead and replenish troops. Right, we need to actually be in the cap to do that, to select this. Replenish troops, privates, we need 1. Okay, so we think there's that many there. What if we were to do an attack? It's not great. Yeah, we kind of know they're very wounded, but they also... Oh, okay, hold on. Wait. Graystate. That's Graystate, and that's... Okay, so these are within enemy borders that we can access. Good to know. Let's move like so. Move like so. Okay, I'm just seeing how we can... Okay, so there were enemies there. Our recon was just very poor. That was a gamble. Didn't pay off, although also we know what's there now. I just wanted to see if they had left their cap undefended, basically. Which they had not. And with these guys, I mean, that is a ridiculous odds for us. Let's take that 154 to 1. So we did lose some rifle militia, but we crushed them. Yeah, they retreated. So they're going to go up here. And when you attack, you can also... Basically, you spend the AP to move into the square. So you can just move up for free, essentially. Move him there. Yeah, I don't want them doing anything funny to like try to cut gap mount off, so we'll just do that. And these guys, maybe we move them back 1 just so that they don't force an attack. We do want to replenish that, so let's go to our troop replenishment, our buggies. We need to get 2 of these. That's going to cost us a relatively significant amount of resources. Oh, sorry, that's per 10. Do we need 10? I think we do. These are in 10s. Okay, yeah. So we do have to replace those buggies. Whoops, don't want to raise formation. Industrial points. Maybe actually we don't do it this turn. We're just going to leave them a little bit wounded. We'll move them a little bit further back to compensate for that. This is actually a separate zone. Part of no zone right now. It's going to be part of Gatmount, or probably it'll be part of Exeter once we take Exeter. Okay. These guys are still in the cap. Maybe we just move them over. And that's part of Junivale. They have the same color of border, so it's kind of confusing. We actually aren't going to be able to flank, but then I don't think they can retreat into Junivale, so they'll have to move here. It's possible they attack us as well. Let's take a look at our decisions. Pollux requests permission for a personal guard. Let me be frank, I have enemies even within our union. Therefore, I request your permission to form my own personal guard. I hope you can sympathize with my sense of self-preservation. This one seems to me like a no-brainer. We don't want autocracy. We have 44 already, so it's not going to hurt us to lose 2. Gain 3 mind won't really matter either, but still, we're going to go ahead and do... No, we're not going to allow private armies. Policy speech. This one's not great for us. We can promise them democracy. What does the democracy profile get us? Because we would get 40, which is enough. Whoops. That's enough to get the next feat. It would give us enraged, or engaged politicians, not enraged. Gives us a political bonus, and we can do the recruit civilian. Unfortunately, we still haven't got free market. This is the feat that I'm really interested in unlocking. That's going to expand. Those 2 cards, well, private investment is what matters. Private investment is such a good card because it just allows you to essentially expand your private economy for political points. But we still, it's at 9%, so, you know, a little bit less than 10% per turn, and we're sitting on turn 14. By now, it should probably have fired, I think. But we haven't gotten any choices, really, to increase commerce. Does any of this give us anything? No. Democracy, we could upgrade, though. I think we can do that. Average of our entertainment be 9. If we look at Gatmount for education, we're at 17. That's from 1 building, which provides 50 points. So if we were to get the arena, which we can just play a fate card to do, then that would give us that objective completed. Getting bureaucratic assets to 4 levels, that's probably not going to happen. Also, we don't need the mine particularly, so I think we'll say entertainment in the zones. We have to complete that by round 26, which is 12 rounds away, so we're okay. Democracy increases by 9, so we're at 40 now. Alright, Economic Council. Let's adjust this. We're going to drop policies down a lot, 5%. Prospecting, we'll leave that at 20. We do want to find metal. Discovery and research. Yeah, these guys are both benefiting, so that's fine. We'll maybe we swap these though. We'll say we do almost even. 37 and 38 seems fine. Barely hurts our discovery, but we are increasing our research by 10%. It won't be exactly that because that guy's not going to be fully a lackey of ours, but it'll be close. Okay. I think we're already done with everything we need to do. Look at our assets. We do have a 1 turn left, and we'll complete this. Do we have the resources to do it? I think we will, because our income will account for the rest of that. We have like 40-something industrial points per turn, I believe. We can just check, I guess. Is this our in? No, that's... okay, so production. We have 105, and stocked 105, so we will be fine. Let's take a look at our assets. Anything else we need? We need 50 metal. We'll be able to produce that. And 100 and... oh, we're good. Alright. Alright, let's end the turn. These turns are pretty short. Not a whole lot we have to think about right now. The war in the south isn't so much a war as we're kind of dancing around, doing some skirmishing on the border. And we do know that their cap is defended. It's kind of to be expected, but I was curious why the recon buggies didn't detect anything there. I guess actually I should have known because I didn't immediately zone of control cap it, that there was something there. Just didn't think about it though. It's unfortunate that our east side is consumed with like animal indies who are extremely powerful. Honestly, our units are so weak though. If we were to get even just the automatic rifles on a model, which as soon as we unlock the new organization we're going to put the model design council on, and they'll be very, very helpful because then we can start actually producing new units. So we killed 200, lost 100. Yeah. Average entertainment is at least 50. Okay, so our civilians, I think the park completed that, actually. So that was a lucky civilian building. We've gained curiosity, which I think is part of the mind tree. Good, we have a spy. And the shadow diplomat, that's an interesting one. Diplomacy isn't something I think is super important, mostly because you're trying to go to war with most people in this game. But that is good. Let's take a look at the history. So this is the start of the turn. Let's go forward 1 step. All they did was rezone of control that, I think. Yeah. Alright, so next, what happened here? Camera's jumping around. I think these guys moved. Yeah, they moved from there to there. And something happened here. What was that? Another creature moved into that square, possibly, or into that one. And I think it actually necessarily moved into that one. And we know something happened over here. Was it a change of territory? Yeah, okay, North Carrow, we lost a square there. What was that? Well, we're not sure, but... So, okay, these guys are just, like, indie soldiers. Marauders, probably. They just have rifle militia. So, they attacked us. They probably scored a lucky hit there. But, we killed more of them. Okay. So that's the history. Just check the map to make sure we didn't miss anything super important. And it looks like Dunkelram has conquered the Queen State. You can see Queen State's units are gone. Interestingly, we still have vision over that entire area. Even though Queen State is no more. I think our spies are going to provide us that vision for just this turn, and then it's going to go away. Unfortunately, Dunkelram now has access to all of this territory as well. So they are going to be able to expand in that direction. Basically seize the territory to our north. Not great. Okay, this unit might have moved on. Let's focus on taking the cap. So we're going to have this militia come down. We're going to have these guys come down. I'll leave some people kind of in defensive positions. And we'll just kind of leave these guys on the road to ensure that they don't come up on the cap. Do we have anyone in the cap? We don't. Okay. So let's look at the assets. We have finished the construction here, so we are going to get more income now. Well, not more cash income. We're actually going to have a lot less of that. Okay, new organization. So we are going to add the Model Design Council. This will allow us to upgrade our units with our new military researches that we have. And, ooh, interesting. Okay, let's take a look at our profiles. This is in the 5th Gap Mount Guards Battalion. I think that's a militia unit. Yeah. The 5th. So these guys, who are under strength. We could gain enforcement and make a Claymore expert. Don't want to gain enforcement, really. 10 points would push us into the threshold, though, and that would unlock the potential for getting a feat. But not really something I'm after. Meritocracy. Gaining meritocracy would be good. I don't know what the intelligence expert does, interestingly. But I think we are going to go with that. Apologies, I didn't read the event there, but yeah, we'll gain an intelligence expert in this unit. So what does he do? The intelligence officer advises the troops he's embedded with on how to best bypass any enemy formations, 20% per round to make a breakthrough. Oh, good. Yeah, breakthroughs are always good. These guys are not getting replenished, but that's because we're over our militia threshold here. Yeah. Our size keeps going up, but our maximum size is still too large for them. So I think every militia unit we lose is not going to get replenished until we reach that threshold, and we can't really do anything about it. That's just kind of the way it is. So let's take a look at our urgent issues. We still have big negative cash flow. Didn't get all of our replacements out. That's it. Okay. Empire dashboard. We have a solid word. Pretty strong support among the people. Our tech level is almost to 4. Civilization level is almost to 2. Well, we're halfway, I guess. A little bit less than halfway, really. Solar energy is almost done. That's good. We'll be able to... Discovery investment. We just haven't figured out what the tech is yet. And these guys aren't getting anything yet. We don't have priorities for them. I guess we are going to need to recruit somebody for that. So we could play a strat card. It's just going to be a junior. Unless we have somebody sitting around in our leader pool that I forgot about. I guess we can take a look at curiosity. That increases cultural adjustment and we unlock fluid defense. Which it's not something we're going to use realistically. Now that our meritocracy is up, we could get capable supervisors, which, Grand Convention, what's that do? Yeah, that's not super useful either. Democracy's at 40, we could get the engaged politicians. Yeah, nothing too exciting on that front. Anyway, do we have anyone? Yeah, we have Cornelius Hydrus in the reserve, and he's alright. Is what I would say about him. Decent intelligence, no technical rating. We'll try to recruit a junior next turn, and if he has technical rating, we'll throw him in. And do we want to play a prospecting push? I think we do. We still are looking for... Okay, we're going to guarantee this, so... No more hidden resources left in the capital. So there's no oil in this territory we control. Or rather, there is oil, but there's no metal. Which is bad, because that means the only thing we can do to supply ourselves with metal is the recycling center. Which is not really enough to keep up with the demand that we're going to have. We did just upgrade it, so that can be helpful a little bit. Yeah, alright. Do we want to do anything on this front line? We do have these units down here that are going to attack us probably every turn. We do need to replenish also. Where is that? Replenish troops. We need 100 privates. We need 20 buggies still. Maybe I'll just order another couple of these. There we go. We could get another formation of some kind, or rather another brigade. I don't think we're going to do that yet. When we get our new tech, we might order it. That is, when we design our new infantry model, we might order it. And those guys are going to just be encircled. Is there any double-stacked units in here? No. This is the entire brigade is encircling that dog. Worm dog. What's our attack look like if we do just throw everybody into this? Pretty bad. It's completely unsurprising considering how strong those dogs are at defense. But on attack, they're gonna lose. They're gonna take casualties. Yeah, these buggies can just come up and provide intel. Anything here apart from a free folk village? It's just free folk, yeah. And we can see they have light industry and a dome farm in Exeter. Light industry is good. That'll help our IPs. We are kind of we're at a decent threshold for IPs right now, I think. Yeah, 86 a turn. Anything we want to construct asset-wise? Recycling facility number 3. That takes a lot of workers. This is our only means of producing resources right now, but we just don't have the cash flow to really afford all that. What's our private economy working on? A museum? Okay, interesting. I'd really like to get that free market tech. Yeah, we're just going to leave these guys in a defensive position. And these guys are getting ready for the assault on Exeter. Dunkelram really lucked out with that victory there. I mean, they gained... It's not just that they beat Queenstate, but it's the fact that Queenstate had this territory as well. So now they just have a total sort of encirclement of our northern border. And there's movement up here by Carrow, so we know there's creatures or something up there. We don't really have the resources to go deal with that right now. I am curious, why is it that you didn't get any supply? Received 0, requested 100. Did we not have the truck points? Is that the problem? Too many truck points going down here? They should be able to afford to move. Ah, it's because this unit was cut off last turn. Right, so this is what distributes the supply among these battalions that it controls. That's why it didn't have full supply. It's because it got cut off. We'll just swap these to their position so that it's not going to get cut off again. And yeah, we'll leave that there, and we'll go ahead and end the video there. I'll see you guys next time as we try to get in a position to conquer Exeter.